All right, guys. So I think it's really time to start taking ChatGPT's search more seriously, uh, Grok more seriously, Meta AI more seriously. The numbers are pretty small in comparison with Google. Last time I checked, the numbers for ChatGPT's market share on the search engine was just about 3%, which is kind of a drop in the bucket. Google obviously is still taking up the vast majority of the market share. But more and more people are using ChatGPT's search engine when they're searching, and it's not the 3% that really matters, but just the state of growth, how quickly the numbers are going up, how quickly it's gone from 1% to 2% to 3%. And it's very possible that those numbers could continue to go up. Even yesterday, as a investor, I was reading an article about Apple's earnings, and Apple executive said something really interesting about Google, and kind of musing that it's possible that Apple could even replace Google with their own AI search bar in Safari. Safari being Apple's browser. So just the possibility of like Google being replaced and you know Google AI being able to do the same exact thing that Google does really gets my attention too. And Google's been like this dominant brand for a while in terms of like, okay, you got to Google it, you got to Google this, you got to Google that. But AI is becoming such a brand itself that a lot of people are kind of experimenting with it a little bit. I think probably more so with just like regular searches, like if you have a research question or some sort of a question that you're wondering, and AI can help you with that. It's a little bit different for local service businesses, for example, if someone was looking to find a contractor or if they need to fix their car or do something like that. So I think that part's a little different where Google might have a little bit of an advantage. But I really think it's time to really start doing search engine optimization for these AI search platforms. They are different than Google, and obviously it's super early, and there hasn't been like a lot of studies and research done yet on it. But I think that, for example, link building like might not be as prevalent. I think long tail keywords and content is really going to be where it's at. Just like what it is for search engines, I think even more for AI, because what are people encouraged to do with AI? They're encouraged to be as specific as possible. You guys have probably seen the Samsung commercial with Google where they're encouraging people using Google's AI platform to be as specific as possible. So you have this woman who's looking for a restaurant, an Italian restaurant, looking for a restaurant that's pet friendly for her dog, looking for a restaurant that's open during a specific time. So what she types into the search bar is really long. So they want you to be as specific as possible and give as many details as possible. So I think content is really going to be where it's at. Maybe not so much link building, maybe a little bit of link building, but I think content is really going to be where it's at because people are going to use these platforms to try and get as much of an exact match as possible. So I think the more content you come up with and the more long tail keywords you get into, I think is going to have companies really positioned well if the market share picks up for all of these AI platforms. So I think obviously Google's not going anywhere tomorrow. They're probably not going anywhere next year. But I think if you're looking like a few years down the road, I think especially open AI with ChatGPT, especially with Grok, I think they're going to continue to pick up more market share, and I really do think that it's important to really focus SEO for those platforms just as much as Google.